Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent bringing you guys a week 5 of the WPL. So this is kind of annoying because last week I was going to try to get this up on Sunday, but the video did not push out to sub boxes, so then I tried again on Tuesday, and it also did not push to sub boxes, so I guess YouTube is having some flaws in their system or whatever. I don't really know how to explain it, but I figured since my week 6 opponent is taking a little break, he has some IRL stuff going on right now. I was just bringing my week 5 match this week since I didn't really want to put out nothing. So we are facing North Vader, coach of the Scarborough Star Raptors this week. And as you can see, he has some pretty bulky fat mons like Gastrodon and Toxapex, which I'm not going to have fun dealing with, but we do have Manaphy, which can set up and pretty much just sweep through his team. We'd have Psychic for this, not Psychic, Psychic for a Houndoom, yes. We have Scald for the Houndoom, Psychic for the Toxapex, Scald for the Fortress, Scald for this, Energy Ball for this, and Scald for this. So pretty much the game plan is to get up rocks and win. If you guys see, we are bringing dual dragons this week once again. I believe this is Sub-Attacker Kieran Black and this is Dragon Dance Flygon. If I can eliminate the Gastrodon or at least weaken it, Flygon can put in a lot of work. It has Fire Punch for the Fortress and Stone Edge for this, so we have Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Fire Punch. That's why I have to weaken Gastrodon, because we really have nothing for that. We do have Energy Ball on our Gardevoir for Gastrodon, if we want. That's a cheeky way to get rid of that. And then we have Double Dance Rhydon to potentially also get a sweep late game. So a lot of offense this week. I would actually just consider it hyper offense, because we have no real bulk at all. But let's get right into the match. He leads off with this Togekiss as we lead off with this Braviary here. And immediately we start hacking him. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm going to say this is a very hacksy battle. But he goes for the Air Slash here, and already we have pretty much both sacked our flying types. I'll just throw off another Brave Bird here and bring myself really low, below 20%, and now if he gets up rocks, I'm not even going to be able to bring back out my Braviary. Here he Scalds and burns me, and but this Mon here is pretty much just setup fodder for our Manaphy here. We are burned, so it could be a little bit annoying. He could slowly whittle us down. And this right here is probably the most interesting turn of the match. So here's the thing. I could Tail Glow up again, but I don't want to risk this thing having something random. Like I don't really know what Gastrodon gets since I never really play NU. For all I know, it could have like I don't know what it gets really at all. It could be like Specs Earth Power and just blow me back. I don't know how much that would do, but we are at +3 and we have the Energy Ball, which hits this thing ×4. It's super effective. And I could get to +6 and just try to sweep, but I really don't want to do that, meddling around with this thing. So here's what happens. I go for Energy Ball, and he is actually Rindo Berry, Gastrodon, but we knock him out anyway. You might think, oh my gosh, it was +3 and it's ×4 super effective. That probably knocked out anyway. But surprisingly, he was, with his spread of max HP and max SPDEF, it actually only did 86 to 101%. So we really only had like, I think it was a 6% chance to knock him out, and we did get the max roll. So really fortunate in our favor there. And now we have a +3 Manaphy on the field, counteracting its burn with the leftovers. So this is looking really good for us. I believe he brings out the Fortress next, which is just going to take +3 Scald and get burned as well. Once again, more hacks. This might actually be the hackiest counter team match that I've ever had. This is kind of interesting because just a week ago we had the closest match I've ever had, and this is going to be the hackiest. So Burn's going to take down the Fortress, and here he's going to bring out the Houndoom, which I believe actually does outspeed us. So he does try to Dark Pulse flinch us, but we do manage to outspeed. I believe even if he flinched us there, we would have had another chance with Manaphy here, because Scald is actually going to... actually, no, Dark Pulse is not going to be able to 2-hit KO us, even with burns. He would have had to flinch us twice, which is highly unlikely since it's only 30%. But then again, it is 30%, which is pretty much like 90% in Pokemon, so I don't know. But it's looking really good for us. Here he brings out this, and it turns out to be like some sort of bulky Togekiss. Or it's just offensive, but only has base 80 speed. That could be it. But if he was Scarf, he could have tried to flinch us to death, but we're going to be able to get rid of that as well. And actually, here I was thinking, why isn't he trying X-Cloud? Because X-Cloud could work. I don't know how much it takes from +3 Scald. Maybe he thinks I'm like Water Plate or whatever that item is. It could be like Mystic Water, I think, is another item that boosts water type moves. he hasn't seen Life Orb, and he's already seen me change up my moves. It could be like Expert Belt, but that wouldn't affect it. So Mystic Water boosted Scald would knock out the X-Blad, but I am Leftovers, so I don't get why he's not bringing out the X-Blad at all. So here he does bring out the Toxic X, which I have Psychic for. So Psychic's going to be able to knock that thing out, and finally he's just going to bring out the X-Blad, which, as you guys will see right here, it actually lives +3 Scald from Manaphy. It gets burned, so we have the match secured at this point, but Boombird's is going to be able to knock us out. Yeah, he said he didn't like that, how he could have gone out into that thing, but here I just throw off the Sub-Zero Slammer with my ICMZ Kyurem Black, and it actually wasn't Substitute Kyurem Black, now that I remember, but we're going to take the 5-0 victory. Really hacksy match. We got the max roll on the Gastrodon with the Rainbow Berry. We got the burn on the Fortress, the crit on Togekiss turn 1, and the burn on the X-Blad at the end, although I don't think that mattered because Kyurem Black just came in and Sub-Zero Slammered anyway. Which, by the way, that animation looks really nice on Showdown, but either way, we are 5-0 this week. We are actually 6-0 because our other opponent cannot play week 6 because he has some in real life stuff going on. So we have officially secured our playoff spot for this league. We do have a match next week, which I'll just try to take a little less seriously, just have some fun with it, maybe bring some weird sets, but that team is shooting for playoffs, and I don't want to be that guy who makes somebody else lose a playoff spot because I played really easy against this guy. But either way, I'm really excited about that. There are some pretty other players that have already secured playoffs as well, but you guys can go check out their channels for that. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I will have a really chill battle, as I said, next week, and I will see you in the playoffs.